This is X's House, and today I want to talk about my PC. I actually had it for a very long time, and I recently started thinking about actually upgrading, and this is what made me actually think about this video because I was going through all my parts and I realized how old this system really is. I believe we're in Intel 13th gen and 14th gen, and what I have here is 9th gen. It's just crazy how time flies and how fast technology is actually advancing. It's kind of scary if you think about it. Sooner or later, we're gonna have some robots in our house. Let's go through the components real quick. But the motherboard I am using is the MSI Gaming Plus Z390 Gaming Plus. You have 2 slots for GPUs. It goes up to the 9th gen Intel processors. It has 4 or 5 different USB ports, but I've had no issues with this motherboard. I've had it for a number of years now. I honestly do not remember when I actually bought this stuff. I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, but it might be longer, honestly. But that's the motherboard, the MSI MPG Z390 Gaming Plus. And for the CPU, I am using the Core i5. It is the i5 9600K. And this is the overclock version, and I am overclocking the CPU. I've been overclocking since day one, and it's been running flawlessly for years now. So I definitely recommend overclocking if you have the ability to. And the cooler that I'm actually using to actually cool that is the Corsair H100i Pro. It is a low noise 240 millimeter RGB liquid CPU cooling fan. It's a solid CPU cooler, and it has 2 fans in the front, and like I mentioned, it is liquid cool. And I've had no issues. I love this cooler, and it actually looks pretty nice in the case. And then for the power supply, I am actually using the Corsair CX750M, and I'm honestly glad that I decided to not cheap out on the power supply, because when it goes to upgrading, these new upgrades usually have more power draw. So I was well over my power draw with this. I gave myself room if I did want to upgrade, and fortunately I did upgrade, and I had this in there, so I didn't have to upgrade the power supply. This is actually what I actually upgraded. I was using the GeForce GTX 1660 Ti. This is definitely a great GPU. I've been running this thing like crazy for years now, have had no issues, still working, and I absolutely love this card. It is a very large card, so it doesn't fit in all motherboards or cases, but this thing has been a beast, and I have no problems. I've had no problems with this, no kind of hiccups. I'm absolutely grateful that I chose this card, because it's just been a great card, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody. Honestly, it still is a powerhouse, and it still does a very good job. I just needed a little bit more power. And if you're wondering, the graphics card that I actually use to breathe some more life into my PC, and that's simple, man. It's the RTX 3060 from MSI, and I purchased this from Amazon, and it's a solid graphics card. It looks great. It's a smaller graphics card, so it fits in most cases. My case is a fractal design case. So nothing fancy, but it works in there, no problem. It has a lot of room. That other graphics card I had was a lot larger than this one. Honestly, I could upgrade that CPU to the best one that they have on the 9th generation, which I think is the i9 9900K or something like that. But I think with this setup, how I have it now, it's going to work just fine for what I'm using it for. I still do have to use proxies to work with the 4K video files. But after you get your proxies going and all that, it works flawlessly, man. And then you could also use MSI Afterburner to actually overclock it, which I am overclocking this GPU as well. I just had to get the most out of this card. And putting that graphics card in my PC has breathed a new life into it. And I'm gonna be able to use it for another 6 to 12 months before I honestly even think about upgrading. I'm honestly thinking about a laptop, going the PC version. I was looking at the Apple products, but I'm not going Apple, man. I'm not going Apple. I'm gonna stick with PC. If you're looking to build a cheaper system, man, this system has worked flawlessly. I'm guarantee you most of the games that you would play nowadays, this system could do it. You might have to lower the settings a little bit, but it's gonna look better than any Xbox, any PlayStation 5, because the GPU in there, the RTX 3060 is gonna be great. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed a look inside of my PC.